Imagine this. Your application is running perfectly inside OpenShift. Your pods are healthy, your service is working, everything looks green. But when a customer opens your application, this site can't be reached. How is that possible? If the pods are running and the service is healthy, what is stopping users from accessing your application? The answer is one OpenShift object that almost every beginner misunderstands: routes. And by the end of this video, you'll not only understand all 4 route types, but you'll also know exactly which one to use in production and how to troubleshoot them during interviews or real outages. Let's get started. Part 1. Why do we even need routes? Imagine you own a restaurant. The chefs are busy cooking delicious food. The receptionist is ready to receive customers. Everything inside the restaurant works perfectly. But there's one problem. The restaurant has no signboard, no address, no Google Maps listing. Would any customer ever find it? Of course not. That's exactly what happens inside OpenShift. Your application can be running perfectly, but if nothing exposes it to the outside world, users will never reach it. That's where routes come in. Part 2. The restaurant analogy. Let's make this so simple you'll never forget it. The route is the restaurant's signboard and address. It's what customers see on the internet, something like myapp.company.com. But the customer doesn't walk straight into the kitchen. Instead, they first meet the receptionist. That's your service. The service doesn't cook food, it simply decides which chef should handle this customer. Finally, inside the kitchen, the chefs prepare the food. Those chefs are your pods. So every request follows exactly this journey. User down arrow, route down arrow, service down arrow, pods. If you remember this one diagram, you'll understand almost every OpenShift networking interview question. Part 3. Here's where things get interesting. Most people think there is only one type of route. Actually, OpenShift gives you 4 different ways to expose an application, and each exists because security requirements are different. Let's see why. Edge route. Imagine a customer walks into your restaurant. At the reception, the receptionist checks their identity. After verification, the customer walks inside normally. That's exactly how an edge route works. The HTTPS connection ends at the OpenShift router. After that, communication to the application becomes plain HTTP. This is the most commonly used route in production because it's simple, fast, and perfect for most web applications. Whenever someone asks in an interview, which route is used most often, the answer is edge route. Pass-through route. Now imagine a VIP customer. Their confidential documents cannot be opened at reception. The receptionist simply escorts the sealed envelope directly to the manager. Nobody opens it, nobody reads it, only the manager can. That's pass-through. The router never decrypts the traffic. It simply forwards encrypted data directly to the application. The application itself handles the certificate. Banks, financial systems, payment gateways often prefer this model because encryption exists from end to end. Re-encrypt route. Now imagine you're entering a government building. Security checks your identity at the entrance. But before entering the secure area, you're issued a completely new security badge. That's re-encrypt. The router decrypts the traffic, inspects it, then encrypts everything again using a different certificate before sending it to the backend. This protects both external and internal communication. Healthcare, government, and highly regulated industries commonly use this approach. Finally, imagine a small restaurant inside your office building. Only employees visit. Nobody worries about security. Everything happens over plain HTTP. That's your insecure route, perfect for labs, development, and testing. Never expose sensitive production applications using HTTP because it's critical. Which route should you choose? Here's an easy trick. If you're building a normal company website, choose Edge. If your application must control its own certificate, choose pass-through. If security policies require encryption on both sides, choose re-encrypt. If you're only testing in a lab, HTTP is enough. Now you don't need to memorize anything. Just remember the restaurant concept.
Real production scenario.
Let's solve a production issue. A user reports, "The application works inside OpenShift, but nobody can access it from outside." Where do you start? Not the pod, not the deployment. Start with the route. Check OC get route. Then OC describe route. Next, verify the service. OC get SVC. Then the most important check. OC get endpoints. If you see endpoints the route, isn't your problem. The service has no healthy pods. Usually, the service selector doesn't match the pod labels. If everything looks correct, verify the ingress router. OC get pods -in OpenShift -ingress. Finally, test the route. curl-v khttps://. Most production route failures are caused by wrong DNS records, router pods not running, service selector mismatch, unhealthy pods, expired TLS certificates, firewall or load balancer blocking traffic.
Routes are the front door to your application. Like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. Drop a comment below to choose our next topic. What do you want to learn next?